Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you may be. Stamp collecting is fun, and unfortunately, I'm not here today. Mind you, my name isn't George either. Um, but I'm out today, so I'm speaking to you not from this moment in time. I did it yesterday. Yesterday it was done. Unfortunately, today I am out and about. Life gets in the way sometimes of stamp collecting fun, but luckily it rebounds. But what I wanted to do, enough of it. Well, what have we got here? Well, what I want to do first of all is to finish off, to round off, if you will, or round up the French situation that I've done for the last couple of days. And I've done a little bit of tidying up with some of the stamps. So, but before we get to those, we'll just have a look what is going on here. Oh dear, someone seems to have lost George. See if you can find him. We've got stamps abound as per. We've got a lamp light swinging. Adolf the Mouse is overseeing things as per. And here we have a nice cup of tea, which seems to still remain a little bit hot. And what stamps have we got? Is that a penny red there? Let's have a look. Is that a penny red? I don't know. And she who must be obeyed. Luckily, I don't have one of those. Is wondering where George is. Enough of this nonsense. We'll have a little look at the work, what I have done. Following on from... first of all, I had to grab this album. No, well, stockbook, I should say, in order to house these stamps properly until such time that we come to them now. Until such time that they go elsewhere or they may remain here. So not Romania, but France, but remain here, right? 1945 to 55. I'm looking at Marianne's here, and this is a Gandon. By the way, if I've made errors, they are mine. Always, do not take my word for any of this. This is just the stuff that I can actually find out about stamps that I've got. And by the way, most of these, if not all, are arts and crafts stamps. So for a little bit of money, a few centimes here and there, you can gather a nice little collection almost by accident. Because if you buy one of these, it's going to cost you £3, with postage. I mean, I got stung by postage the other day. Anyway, what we've got here is Marianne stamps. And from memory, Marianne started around about 2042. Maybe a little bit before. So I haven't always been around. The classic stamp was the sewer. That lasted a long time. And before that we had Napoleon III stamps and stuff like that. Fantastic stamps, by the way, all of them. So they're in no particular order, but as they came along, I just, my style, I just pile in. I may get round to sorting that properly. Don't shout. But this is the Gandon Marianne set. Gandon being the artist, and it is these beauties here. And as you can see, I've got quite a few of these. Ooh, that's a bit... Ooh, they're a bit tender, some of them. Because they've been what you might call something. Could be a railway stamp, that. Unless, some people go for absolutely pristine stamps, minters. Others wouldn't like it on paper, for example, so they would, get rid of that. But I'm always... Actually, that's quite... I don't know what that's doing there. It should be there, probably. So we've got 3, 5, 10... a 15 here, A 15 here, what does that mean? You know, this is always worrying. And for some reason, another 15 and a 5. No, that... yeah, of course I'm messing it all up already. It's a 5, isn't it? So that goes in there. It does go in there, actually. I got a bit confused. Anyway, that's the Gandon. We next have the Beque. Observe my French, by the way. The Beque. Marianne. 1971 to 74 only. These are more your sort of modern, very 1970s, you know, simple line drawing, very neat, very tidy. Gone up in price, as you can see, 80 there. There was 15 there, 80 here, and a 1 franc. So two colours only, red and green. So I'm possibly missing another green, which I will investigate as time goes on. Oh, okay, 1955 to 62, this is the Muller Marianne. This is a beauty. This time Marianne is facing to the right. She's a symbol of France, by the way, particularly revolutionary France. Not Madame Guillotine, but certainly a female icon of the revolution. Actually, that might not be. Is that Marianne? Yes, it is. Yeah, not convinced about that. Okay, next we go to 97, so we come to the modern age almost, although it isn't, it's 20 odd years ago. And you can immediately see how modern she's looking. And it's also got the euro there. So for the first time, Marianne, liberté, égalité, fraternité, sororité. She embraced the European model. Okay, 2005, La Mouche. That, by the way, is the Luque. And this is La Mouche. And again, it's an even moderner one. Is that a word? It's a more modern one, 2005. And again, you see the simplicity of it all. Quite sweet. Just the two of them. And then we have the original ones. So it is 42 to 46, the original. Marianne was released, and it's Dulac. I'm not quite sure what are we looking at here. 60 centimes. Yep, so that's page 1. You know what, it's taken me a bit of time, so we'll have to move on slightly. I then found these, which is the piece 32 to 33. Quite a number of those. So it's between the wars, and there was a lot of sabre rattling going on around about that time, and France were desperate for peace because they just were no longer prepared for war after the Great War. 1993, another Marianne. I have not got the artist of that yet, but you can see it's very, very snazzy. A lovely Marianne. Yeah. Back to 82, and this is the Gandon Liberté. Marianne. Some nice colours, different colours. The next one here, these here, we're looking at Scheffer from 1967 to 69, and I've got 3 of those. What I'm going to have to do subsequently is actually discover how many I'm meant to have. You know, am I meant to have 8 of these, in which case I'm quite low down on what I've actually got. And then we move forward to 77 to 81, and this is Gandon again. Gandon being the artist, and this is Sabine. You can see the classicism in the artist. You know, it's not modern at all. He's very traditionalist art. So here we've got 40, 1, 110, 120, 130, 140, 180. So I'm probably short. We then move forward to the La Semeuse, the sower, which is it's a classic, and it appears on coins. So we want to have, I think this might be one of the early ones. Don't know. We'll manage to drop it. Okay, back in. Dead handy stock books, you can just pull them out, put them back in. Mercury. So you've got to be careful that you're not thinking, well, this is another Marianne. It ain't. This is Mercure. Mercury. So, some of those. There. Iris. These are 1939. The Mercury is 38 to 40, so right on the wartime. 59 is the Marianne, and I think there may only be one of these. And it's a ship. So it's actually called Ship Marianne. I think. 1959. 1960, we're up to the Harvester, which presumably is on the back of La Semeuse. So someone's trying to be clever there and thought, well, we've had the sower, what about the harvest? This also is a 1936 stamp. And it's the Paris Exposition. So it's just before World War II. 1931, we go back in time, the Colonial Exposition. A 15 centimes and a 50. And then I think this is the and finally moment. 1860, 70, 80. I have not managed to properly date these. But these would be Emperor Napoleon the Third. Very nice. I like them. Look at those dots there. You can't beat work when they're working on them. Yeah, I think we saw these yesterday, but they're in some sort of order. And this one here I've not looked at, but I do think that's Republic France. I didn't look at it. After all that work I did today, I forgot that. 1923, this is Louis Pasteur we talked about, and here we have other characters. We saw all these yesterday, so we won't really return to those. Just to finish off, can I just close this book for a minute? Just open this a little bit. So we've got a previous Marianne collection, one of each of the had. So, for example, Pierre Gandon from a Louvre painting. So he's a classicist as an artist. Muller, Louis Charles Muller, The Republic of Hope, 55 to 62. Scheffer, 67 to 71. Henri Scheffer, Gandon, The Barracuda. Man the Barricades, Vive la Révolution, Pierre Gandon, portrait of his wife actually, so he's painted his wife or designed his wife in a classic way with the particular French revolutionary female hat there. This one, I've got many of these and I've put a lot of these away, and maybe I should have kept one out because it's the Decaris Marianne of 1960, designed by Albert Decaris, engraved by Jules Piel. That was 1960. Here we have Gandon again, Sabine, again from a Louvre painting. So he bobs in there, gets inspiration from that, submits it to the postal service, and they say, yes, come on down. 1977 to 81, Ebekwe, 7174. Pierre, same name as me, Peter. Um, clean, tidy, minimalist, different. And then the earliest one of all, Marianne of London. Marianne of London, not quite sure. The artist here was Edmund Dulac, so it's known as the Dulac, and the model was Leah, who was not his wife. She was the wife of Emile Rixens. So that's nice to have. And then finally, Luquet, 1997, and again, I don't know when it finished, but it's the Marianne of the 14th of July, and the artist here is a female, maybe a female artist. I'm presuming that is Eve Luquet is the female artist there, and it is a nice one because it's got movements in the picture. 60 minutes have gone. I'll talk to you tomorrow. This is me signing off from yesterday, and let me know what you think. Do you love these stamps as much as I do? I'm really back into French at the minute, but I'm going to have to go back to the box of collections tomorrow. The day after tomorrow. Talk soon. Bye for now.